Okay, so coming back to the thigh pieces here, it's been a while since I've done a video on these. The next step would be to take some Bondo, which is this. For those that aren't familiar with this, you'll need the, I'm using Putty, which I believe is what I'm supposed to be using, and then also the cream hardener. Now, be sure that you use both of these things, because in my first attempt to do it, I don't know how well you can see on the camera, but I did put some Bondo along this front side. However, I did not use the cream hardener, I just used the Bondo itself, and it kind of splattered all over the place. And so I thought, oh no, that's not the way you do it. So be sure to use, put the putty in first and then a little bit of hardener on top, mix it up, and then just kind of dab it along the edge here. So my first pass, once it had dried, also be very quick when you're using this, because Bondo dries very quickly. In about 5 minutes or so, you won't be able to use the putty. It'll already be hardened and you'll have to make a new batch. For sanding, on my first one at it, with a 100 grit, which to get rid of the bulk of it, then I went over with a more finer grit. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get rid of all the little edges here. I can still see some, but not bad for my first go though. Like, there actually are some spots that blended perfectly with the piece here. I don't know if you can see it, but like, you know, here's part of the edge, and it just goes almost seamlessly into the actual thigh piece here. So I was very surprised at how well some parts of it turned out, but I have to go back over with another fine sander and try it again to make it more smooth. Then I went over the whole thing with the white Krylon Fusion spray paint, which I showed in a previous video. So that way it takes off, not only covers up the Bondo, but it also takes off the glossiness of the plastic. Like, you know, you can see this one is clearly, you know, fresh out of the box, you know, very shiny and glossy. This one has like a nice matte finish to it. So let's see, I also took a Dremel tool and just kind of sanded down all the inside here. I might have to go back for a few parts, it looks like. I just wanted to try and get the inside here as smooth as I can, so when I put my leg through it, like, it won't catch on anything. Same with the bottom, and I'll be doing that again with this piece before I get the Bondo on and spray paint it tomorrow. So then I guess the only thing left to do after that, once I get the Bondo finished and painted, is to do a little bit more weathering. So I'll be using that gray spray paint to kind of put a little bit on the bottom here, and maybe just a bit on the top of the edges or so, just to kind of give a little bit of shadowing. And then for my paint scheme, I'm doing 5s, so I'll be doing a blue streak down the side here. I probably won't get to that until I have the other pieces done, just so I can see like where that blue streak starts and finishes all the way down from the top here down to the shin piece. So yeah, so that's my progress so far with the thighs.